People once laughed at the smartphone. Professor Wandt argues we are making the same mistake again, and its replacement may already be taking shape. Welcome to Wandt, an AI-narrated technology video series unpacking the latest lectures and thoughts from Professor Adam Scott Wandt of the John Jay College of Criminal Justice. Please note, this presentation is generated by AI based entirely on the professor's original notes and recordings. While the voice you're hearing is artificial, the underlying warning about our technological future is grounded entirely in Professor Wandt's real-world observations and research. Most people today view the smartphone as a permanent fixture of modern life, an unshakable baseline for how we interact with the world. But mobile computing began with niche devices like the Palm Pilot, which appealed strictly to fringe users before the technology was ready for mass adoption. The BlackBerry format pushed mobile computing into the mainstream, turning the handheld device into a business necessity across America. When the original iPhone arrived, the established tech world met it with mockery. CEOs like Steve Ballmer dismissed the device specifically because it lacked a physical keyboard. That keyboardless touch interface defied its early critics, rapidly achieving complete market dominance and setting the standard for the next 2 decades. Historically, when the establishment mocks a radical new interface, it often signals an impending technological revolution rather than a reason to ignore it. Professor Wandt's core thesis is that the smartphone's lifespan is finite and rapidly approaching its conclusion. He expects that glasses, and eventually contact lenses, will house our mobile computing capabilities in the not-too-distant future. This chart illustrates how wearable interfaces are projected to absorb every screen in our environment, collapsing laptops, monitors, and televisions into a single pair of glasses. This shift moves computing toward a seamless digital overlay placed natively in our field of vision. Spatial computing represents a stage where the physical screen no longer acts as a barrier between humanity and its digital information. These predictions are grounded in Professor Wandt's first-hand analysis of current spatial computing hardware. He points to the Apple Vision Pro as a tangible conceptual device, an early signal that the spatial computing future is already taking shape. The augmented reality capabilities in these early headsets already outclass the utility of current smartphones and traditional virtual reality. We have already proven the software foundation needed to replace the phone. Reaching that future is now entirely a matter of hardware refinement. Current hardware remains too heavy and unrefined for mass consumer use. This dashboard shows the specific hurdles engineers must clear: achieving lightweight comfort, shrinking internal components, and securing all-day battery life. Overcoming these exact hardware metrics is the necessary trigger for the technology to become financially feasible for the general public. Professor Wandt estimates that it will take roughly a decade for mainstream adoption to fully take hold. The shift away from the smartphone follows a highly predictable historical trajectory, giving us a 10-year window to prepare for the change. This transition marks the beginning of the next cycle of human-computer adoption. Like, follow, and subscribe for more deep dives into emerging technology, digital investigations, and the ideas shaping our future. And remember, stay curious and want knowledge.